Hello everyone and welcome back to another tutorial. In this tutorial we will learn how to do realistic lighting and rendering in 3ds Max and Vray. So let's get started. I will show you my image after rendering. As you can see, nice cool details. Okay, here's our scene. First of all, we have to select Vray as our primary engine. So click on render setup, assign renderer, select Vray. Okay, after that let's set up our clay render setup. Click on global switches, click on override material, click on none and select Vray material. After that, this will be all white material in our scene. Let's create a material of glass. So now I'm creating a glass material. Isolate our glass, click and drag. Let's create our glass material. The diffuse should be all black and reflection should be of value of 201 and refraction should be all the way down to 255. Click OK. And important thing, in effect channel tab, click on color plus alpha and also refraction, color plus alpha. Okay, apply our material to glass. Okay, let's also set up our camera first. Go to top view, G for hide the grids in the scene. Okay, go to create tab, camera, standard and select to Vray, physical camera. Click and drag from the top or right click to exit camera. Press C to toggle camera view. As you can see, let's drag upwards. Go to camera, select show save frames or shift plus F. Okay, adjust. So you can see shape frame box is like a square, the yellow. To adjust this, we have to click on render setup, select our output size. Let's select to HD TV. Okay, and our shape frame will increase. Image aspect ratio 1.7. Okay, let's continue our claim and rendering. Go to global switches, override white material, exclude the material which we don't want in our override material. Okay, for example glass, otherwise there will be no light in our scene. Glass, select the glass material, exclude this. Okay, and let's exclude more things like curtains. Let's exclude this curtain also and this. So you can see the name is curtain trans. Let's select and copy this and exclude curtain trans. Okay, click OK. After that, let's create our curtain material also. Create a curtain material. Okay, and select our curtain, drag and drop the curtain material. Okay, in the diffuse tab, click on fall off. Okay, and in front, select the white. Inside, a little bit darker. Or you can select fully whiter, and in front, a little bit darker. 205 value, click OK. In our mix curve, select this node, right click on this, select bezier corner, drag this node like this curve. Okay, after that, in refraction, add fall off map, click OK. Switch this like so, decrease a little bit of whiteness. Okay, also do that for this node, right click on and select bezier corner like this. Go back and select our refraction IOR to 1.001. Okay, 1.001, and after that click on video material and select two-sided material. Okay, and click OK. Here's our curtain material. Decrease the translucency, click OK. Apply the material, click and drag it to apply. Exit our isolate mode, go to camera mode. Okay, let's exclude our curtain from override material, Vray Render, exclude curtain. Okay, already excluded. Let's adjust our camera settings. Select our camera, click, select camera. Let's select our frame rate to maybe 55. Okay, and focal length maybe 30 or 35. Adjust the proportion of the camera. You can make it also 60 for more view, and set this to 40. Okay, after that go down this. Let's view our camera setting. Have to do nothing. Let's this white balance to be neutral. The main part, tilt and shift, click on automatically vertical tilt. This will tilt and straight vertically our scene. Okay, I'm going to guess horizontal and guess vertical also. Let's adjust a little bit more. Select our camera, click, left click, select camera, go to the top view, F3 for wireframe, drag downward, backward a little bit more. Okay, C for camera, and into shaded mode. Yes, like so. A little bit up and down. We have set up a camera. There is no light in the scene. If we render, our scene is black. So let's set up render setup, For low quality rendering, I'm selecting this preset HD. Go to Vray. For low render quality setting, I will select progressive to bucket. It's a personal choice. My choice is bucket. You can also select progressive. I have selected bucket. You can right click on default and switch all to expert. Okay, after that let's make 1/4 maximum values. Okay, off this filter, color mapping to rain hard, and decrease the one value to maybe 0.75. Color mapping only. Go to GI tab, select the irradiance map as a primary and secondary light cache. Select this current preset to very low for low setting. 50/20 is good. You can put a light cache 1000 or maybe 800 or 700 something. Okay, and all settings are good. And click on denoiser if you wish. Okay, let's disable perform sound. Okay, have we set up our low quality render setup? Let's add lighting. First light should be a Vray sun. Click on create tab, go to lights, click on Vray, click on Vray sun. You can drag like this. Okay, I say would you like environment map for temporary? I'm clicking on no. Right click to exit creating sun. Okay, and go to modify tab, down a sun a little bit, and in sun settings you can see filter, color mode. I will select to direct and select this blend angle to 5. Okay, and you can turn also invisible. So choice, I will click on invisible because I will place a background image. So let's go to our camera view, click and render. As you can see, our scene is very dark. So let's adjust our camera settings. Select camera, left click, select camera. Decrease our shutter speed. If you decrease our shutter speed, the more light will go on our camera and the brighter the image. Okay, let's set to 10. Let's render. As you can see, image is little bit brightened. So this image is very dark. There is no light, enough lighting. So select our sun. Okay, and increase the size multiplier to maybe 10. If we increase the size multiplier, the shadow in our scene will be soft. If we decrease, there will be sharp shadows. So let's put the value 10. Intensity multiplier, I'll put the value of 2, and make sure you have selected the color mode to direct, not filter. Okay, let's render it and check. As you can see, pretty good. Let's adjust our sun more, tilt it a little bit like this. Okay, can see, little bit, and target. Here is our sun target, and drag it like this, or you can see on the top view I have like this, and like so. Okay, and select camera and increase more lights. So I am increasing film ISO to 120 for brighter scene. Okay, let's render. As you can see, click on follow mouse. As you can see, it's looking a bit good. We have done finishing our sun. Okay, let's create an HDRI for our scene. Go to create, lights, Vray lights, select Vray, and select in general tab, select plane to dome light. Okay, place the dome light, right click to exit dome light, bring it on the top a little bit to modify panel. Here is our dome light setting. In texture tab, let's select our dome light, click on none, and select Vray bitmap. In Vray tab, Vray bitmap, click OK. After that, you have to select our HDRI. Let's select our HDRI. Okay, this is our HDRI. Click on open. In dome light, textures, click and drag, and let's render. As you can see, not enough lighting, so I have stopped the render, and let's disable the sun first. Select the sun, disable it, and increase our HDRI. Go to this HDRI and click on overall multiply to maybe 2, and render multiply to maybe 3. Okay, enough brightening. Let's check the render. As you can see, after applying HDRI, the scene is little bit brighter. Let's increase our HDRI. Dome light setting, multiply to maybe 3. Okay, and make a portal light for our scene. For softer shadows, select our frame window, create a Vray light, select Vray light, Vray plane light, click and drag the top view, make closer to the window. Let's flip it by clicking on mirror. Okay, I have flipped this. Adjust a little bit backward. After that, go to options. In light setting, options, click on skylight portal. This will create soft shadows. Go to camera view. We have increased the dome light setting, and our sun, enabled our sun. Maybe you can increase our sun multiplier or you can increase our ISO by selecting our camera. Increase our ISO maybe 150 good value. You can also decrease the f number to brighten image. It's a personal choice. I have decreased the shutter speed and increase the ISO. You can set ISO to 100 and decrease the f number also to brighten see. You can set to 7. Okay, let's render. Here is our render. Simple lighting setup with soft shadows. The shadows are good. A little bit noise in our scene, no problem. Let's add our environment light, a background image. You can create by selecting a plane. Go to create tab, geometry plane, click and drag the top view. Little bit shell modifier for thickness. You can set 15 of thickness. Let's create a material for this. Or before, you can also make it a bend. To bend this background image, you can go to plane and increase the lens segment to maybe 15 by 15. Okay, into shell, and on the modifier list click on bend modifier. Select the angle, maybe X. Increase the angle. As you can see, this is bending. I'm going to 45, maybe minus 45. Deselect and maybe a little bit backward. Align properly. Let's create a material for our background. It's very simple. Rename at background image. Click on Vray material and select in Vray tab, select Vray light material. Okay, on color, click on none. Click on bitmap. Select our background image. Open. Okay, let's apply. There is white. You can see in viewport for viewing this as a texture. Click and hold on this show shaded material and click on last one, the realistic material in viewport. Click, as you can see. Okay, we have done creating the background image for our scene and some settings for background image. Select our background image, right click, object properties. Cast shadow should be off, receiving shadow should be off. Okay, and apply atmospheric should be off for our background image. Okay, and you will notice I have a place a tree model because to get a more realistic lighting effect from sun, the rays will be softer. Okay, the tree setting, click select the tree, right click, object properties. As you can see, I have already disabled visible to camera because I don't want to visible in my camera. Visible to refraction. Receive shadows due to sun. I want to shadows, only shadows for this. cast shadows at my atmospheric. Click on OK. We have done creating the material. Place it a little bit forward. You can see from our perspective view. Make it down a little bit. You can also place UVW map and scale a little bit. Click on gizmo, or you can press 1. Scale out, and you can drag in Z direction more. Okay, we are done creating the background image of our scene. So that's render for our final scene, final render setup. For setting, go to Vray 5, render setup. You can increase to maybe 3K or 4K. I'm using 3K. Okay. After that, in Vray tab, global switches, you can make adaptive light to maybe 8 or maybe 10. For more realistic, you can click on adaptive light and select full light evaluation. This will increase your render time. Let's click on full light evaluation. Okay, disable the override material. An image sampler bucket should be selected. In bucket sampler, you can increase maximum subdivision to be maybe 16, bucket width to maybe 30, noise threshold maybe 0.002. I am not selecting any filter because I have do it post production in Photoshop. Color mapping, rain hard, color mapping only, mode 4. Okay. In GI tab, you can select custom, or you can use medium. I usually select medium. It will increase your render time. To a little bit decrease your render time, you can select custom, -3 and -1 is very good value, or you can select -3 or maybe -2. It's a personal choice. I will select to medium. The value should be -3, -1. Subdivision to 70, or you can increase to 90, but it will be increase your render time. So 70, and interpolation to maybe 35. It should be of more 50% or 45% of subdivision. Okay. In light cache, I've set to 1500 and sample size to 0.02. Okay. You can also set system tab. If you set 0, 3ds Max will take all your RAM. You can set to maybe 10,000. Okay. After that, let's go to our render element setup. Setup an element. Enable. Add. First we have select Vray denoiser. Hold Control to select more elements. Vray lighting. Vray reflection, refraction, and specular. You can also select the wire color and Z depth for depth effect. And I'm also showing you to how to apply setup Vray depth setting. First of all, go to top view. Let's measure our scene. Go to the helper tab, the right corner. select tape modifier, tape object, click and drag from one point to another. As you can see, here is our length 5800 something. This is mm. Okay, so in the render setup, render elements, Z depth, first of all enable this, click on OK and go down and select the Z depth maximum value, maybe 5005 or exactly same value in the tape. Okay, let's go to camera view. Everything is done. You can render it. Make sure after render completed you save your render to OpenEXR or maybe TIFF or Targa. Okay, I have already saved the render. You can see I have saved into the OpenEXR file after render is completed, and you can see my Photoshop. You can see I have already photoshopped it, so I will show you from the scratch. Here is my RGB tab. Click and drag, click on transparency and click OK. Here is my render. Okay, duplicate it. And you can see this is in OpenEXR. You can edit. You cannot edit our image. You don't have full control to image. So how can we get control of it? You can click on images, mode, and 16-bit channel or maybe 8-bit channel. I click on 16-bit channel. Okay, in the preset tab it should be default, and in method tab it should be exposure and gamma. Okay, click OK. Do not change the setting, we will done it. Here is our render. You can see we have to add more details. Very simple. Ctrl J for duplicate our layer. Okay, and go to filter, camera raw filter. Here's our camera raw filter. You can set to maybe 33%, or maybe let's set to 25. Let's adjust our settings. There is a little bit dull. You can increase our exposure setting a little bit to 0.15. Increase the contrast a little bit. Come to 14. Decrease our little bit highlight. Increase shadows. Let's 4. You can increase the white value also a little bit to maybe 13, 12. Increase okay, -4. Increase clarity. You can see out of maybe 7. I'm not changing to vibrance or saturation. You can maybe increase to 4. Click OK. Little bit brighter. Duplicate our layer. You can also select more options from camera raw filter. You can increase the temperature also for warmer look or decrease for cooler look. I will increase to 3 for warmer. Tint also maybe 3. Okay, after that click on tone curve. We leave it as default. Detail, sharpening little bit sharper, maybe 11. Or you can select other. I have show you other method. And after that on effects and not changing this. Okay, we can also create a vignette effect. Effects tab. As you can see, go to -8, decrease the midpoint, you can increase it. Okay, we have added a vignette effect to sharpen our images. Let's sharpen our images like duplicated, or the filter or the high pass, set the value of 1, click OK, click on normal to soft light or overlay. I usually do soft light, and I see little bit details. I will disable it, and you can see, let's set to overlay for more crisp image, sharp image. You see, look at the sofa. I clicked on soft light. Okay, to merge all this in one image, click Ctrl Alt Shift and E. After that, go to image, curves, adjustments, curves, click on auto. This will be a little bit more brighter. Decrease the curve like this. As you can see, little bit saturated and more details. You can decrease it a little bit opacity. Okay, after the pro tip, go to image, adjustment, LUT, or you can color lookup, load it, click on LUT file. You can select any of these. Click on load 3D LUT, load. Okay, let's select our LUT.q file, load it. You can see a very cool effect, having more depth in our scene. Click OK. You can compare this before and after applying LUT. You can decrease a little bit. And here's our tutorial.